And white time healing is something very, very dear to me, I would very much say, because I've gone through the educations of understanding it myself. There's also something called gemstone, universal white time gemstone healing, meaning you work with gemstones. And the healing in working with the healing, you can work with time in a different way than you normally can do. White time contains all the time at the same time. The past, the present and the future, which means that if you have a problem that occurred with a sickness starting some years ago, you can work with that in the past and you can work with it into the future, and you can eliminate it for in a different way, because it has a possibility to reach in ways that normally healing doesn't do. And it has also all the tones of quality that is needed. So if you have a sickness and your energy inside needs to be tuned, the tones of energy will be there to balance out. It has all the colors of everything, and sometimes you could say also that a sickness is a lack of color. It can give all the colors. This happens within the healing process when you actually put the hands on a person. Time works, the toning of energy works, the colors that are needed are given. Everything is working at the same time. It's an intelligent quality of healing, so it reaches and goes where it needs to. If a person has a problem with ache in the shoulders and you put your hands on, it might not be a physical problem. It could be that the wife isn't too kind to the person, or the boss of the company is always, really not nice to the person. And the shoulder ache could be because of all of those things. So when you do the healing, it goes to what it needs to go to make a perfect healing for the person. It might make the wife a little nicer, or it might make the boss a little nicer, and it might do things in that way. Then the relaxation in the muscles where the pain is, and the whole releasing of the problem would occur through all this process with doing everything around it that we might not from the beginning understand that it is happening. It's a healing that can be given on distance, no matter where you are and what you are doing. You can give this, and it's never anything. It's never anything that you can't do with white time healing. Some healings, it's not good to do healing if a person is pregnant or so. It doesn't matter with white time healing. It's such a softness to it, but it's different than other kinds of healings in the world. And it's also studied in a laboratory way. For 4 years I was in the Karolinska Institute in Stockholm, studying it with experiments for 4 years. And there you could really prove how the healing was working on close-up, not by touching, but by holding the hands a little bit apart from in this case we had the animals' behavior healing, that we checked the behavior of rats. And we had also distance healing that we did for checking things and making it possible for them to feel better, be more relaxed. We also did healing on people, and we did blood analyses with checking what happens if a person that doesn't want to believe in anything of healing gets 1 hour of healing, what happens with the blood. And the professor that had that, we worked with that kind of thing, had the thought that, and the feeling that he was a person that worked with nutrients and vitamins and minerals for people to get a better blood picture, they call it. And that we had with this analysis that people's blood was so fantastically different after 1 hour of healing that they actually, he said that if I did this with vitamins and minerals and nutrients and everything for people, it would take 3 to 4 months to get the same result. And this was for the immune system and eliminating candida, and it was all these free radical things and all these other things. He had a whole test of what he did, and with that we worked also, and so on. So it's been a lot of scientific background with WhiteTime healing also. And also we educated doctors, professors, and different people in the working area, and they had the same result as me, because they wanted to eliminate that it was only me who could do it. Of course, there could be such things. So I asked them to do the kind of work that we were doing with the experiments. They were first supposed to sit and try to do healing. I explained that you take down energy, and you were supposed to do healing with holding your hands a little bit over this object or whatever, and you were supposed to work, and they couldn't do it. Then they had the initiation of Universal WhiteTime healing. They went to the class. They were opened up to perform WhiteTime healing. When they did the same experiment again, they had the same results as I had. And I've been working with WhiteTime healing for so many years. They had just had the class the day before, and they were very impressed by that. So Universal WhiteTime healing really, really works in all the ways. Perfectly works. It's so much to say about Universal WhiteTime healing. There is so much knowledge and so much understandings that could be about it. To make a short way of explaining it is impossible. If people really want to understand it, I think they should actually go for a class and learn it. It's very life-changing, because when people go to such a class, they usually say that their life is never the same again, because everything tunes to them, and they become another feeling, another harmony in life, and then also a safer feeling, because no matter what is happening in your life, you can always do healing on it. If you need a parking place, you do healing for it, you get it. If you need to have, things for feeling better or more harmony, you can do healing for it. If it's things from past that you have sadness over, you have all these feelings of not feeling good emotionally, you can work with it. So it's both emotionally, psychologically, physically, in all the levels and everywhere in time. If you didn't forgive your mother that died 25 years ago, you can go through an energy or work with it with healing, and you will release what is you're holding on to. That maybe is a sadness or a feeling that you don't like. If you have let's say you have a person that has been born with a defect or a disease or a problem, you can work with it to balance out the problems that is now occurring today. There's always these things to reach into everything and work with it. And you can work with animals and nature and everything. And so when you plant your garden, you use WhiteTime healing. When you cook your meal, you use WhiteTime healing.